I want to record on this. That's cloud. Cloud could suck my ass. Damn, that's the beginning of this. All right, bro. Well, you're gonna run as the first one, no matter what now, because this is gonna be the weirdest one.
Let's go.
I think I'm just gonna tell everyone my plans, and then the plans will probably occur already because this will be so far after the fact. I think I'm gonna make a 1-of-1 yellow chair hoodie.
Ooh.
And wear the hoodie for the episodes.
Oh, that would be hard.
I think that would be cool. Because my office, I got an office. My office is kind of lame, right? It's just a whiteboard and a bunch of other shit. But yeah. So yellow chair is back like 2 years later.
Better late than never.
Very long hiatus. We're gonna start doing the run before the show. I have a show up here. And my grand goal is to do a year's worth in Louisiana because we're at 34 people right now. So 22 more people. Bam, we got a weekly pod for a year.
Yeah.
And I would like to bring the chair up here to Alaska and do the same thing because I'm already doing a compare contrast for my project. It's not necessarily portraits. So I think it would be interesting if I got what I'm doing now, brought in the portraits, just butt fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that, but yeah, that's the plan.
No, yeah, that's cool.
So I'm also changing what we kind of talk about. I think originally when I told you we were going to do this, we were going to talk about like gender and all that shit, which is cool, and we probably still will somehow in these pods.
Right?
Did we do one?
I don't think so.
Okay, anyone who I did one with, I'm just going to use some of it. Because what I'll do is before y'all's episodes actually come out, I'm gonna hit all of y'all up and be like, hey, give me some shit y'all done like recently so I can do your intro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an intro and I'm gonna say in the intro, like, hey, we got some shit that's from like 2 years ago. We're talking about gender, but
bug it. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Or if Yellow Chair ever takes off, maybe I just release all the old ones as like Patreon or something.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But we'll talk about New Orleans today. And I'm actually really excited to open with you because I know that for a very long time, you had a very conflicted relationship with the city.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Take us through why. And like, what about the city you were conflicted with? It doesn't like, if you want to go the personal story route, that's cool. But if you want to go like or both, we're going to get into some of your beefs.
Oh yeah. So like with New Orleans, man, it's just I have just such a love-hate relationship with the city. It's very much like, it's like when I'm actually here, it's cool for a little bit, but just extended durations of just like, I can't. Cause it's just like, I don't know. There's just, like for me, there's just not shit to do here. Like I very much like, I've seen it all at this point. And so it's just like, however, when I'm gone and I'm in another city, I miss it. Like when I'm in Atlanta or wherever I'm at, I'm like, damn. I buck hard for New Orleans when I'm not in New Orleans. Yeah. When I'm in other cities and I see places that's like New Orleans style food, I'm like, I'll see about that. We gonna see about that.
Oh, you're wild.
And then I'll just be in other cities and be like, man, this just ain't like it is in New Orleans. But then as soon as I'm back in New Orleans, I'm like, man, I want to get out of this bitch.
So when you're gone, what are the things that like you're like, damn? What are those damn moments? Like, what are the things in the other cities where you just be like, damn, this really isn't like the same bus in the same?
For sure, like every year around the same time when I'm not in New Orleans for Mardi Gras, that's when I get hit the hardest with the damn. Like I'll be in a different city and just seeing videos from Mardi Gras and just be like, I'll just be looking around at the city I'm in and just lame ass city. And then for sure, just like seafood. That's like the main thing. You try seafood anywhere else and you're like, nah, son, this don't have enough seasoning on it. Y'all need to add some more to it.
Bro, half the places just be putting butter.
Yeah, literally.
I'm like, butter is cool, but like butter is not that good.
Well, if y'all don't go in the back and throw some Tonys on this right now, I'm gonna slap everybody in this restaurant.
Bro, and I know they have Tonys because you can get Tonys in Alaska, so you can get Tonys anywhere.
Right, 100%. A lot of people just don't know about the strength of Tonys.
No.
Like people outside of Louisiana, I have to introduce them to Tonys all the time.
Bro, you can get the Tonys with no salt.
Yeah.
And really help people out and really bless people. It's like, hey, you're not even getting the sodium intake.
Right. No, but you're still getting that nice flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but for sure, once I'm gone for like an extended period of time, like I miss everybody here. Like I miss my mom and I miss I miss the guys. Yeah, and so it kind of like after an extended period of time, it kind of becomes like homesickness.
Yeah.
And then I get back here, I'm just like, the fuck did I miss?
Yeah. Nah, you said a couple minutes ago, you said for a guy like me, there's nothing. Like, what do you mean by that? I think I know what you mean by that, but I don't know. Like,
it's just like I don't know, it's like these days I'm very I don't know. I don't know how to describe that actually, but I'm very much into like finding new shit. Like I like a city where I don't know anything. Weirdly enough, like I like going into a city blind and just figuring it out. And so it's like at this point, it's like I know New Orleans. Like I don't need a GPS to drive anywhere here. I just get up and I'm like, you go this way. I know how to get there. And so it's like at this point, it's just like I just everything here that kind of appeals to what I like to do, I've done it to death. And it's just like, it's just not fun anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nah, and it's like you can only go to Barcadia so many times before you're just like, all right, I need
man, you gotta go to some of the dive bars, bro. Those be the best ones, honestly. You walk into the most random ass bar in New Orleans. Honestly, that's one of my favorite parts. Is that you really could just go to the most random bar and it's like, well, y'all got a crazy vibe going on over here. Yeah, like, especially down in the in the 7th Ward, bro. Oh,
yeah, my mom worked at one of those random ass dive bars now.
Yeah. Shit gets fun. Shit gets fun until you start, and this is one of my gripes and bones that I have to pick with New Orleans. It's really fun until you start running into motherfuckers that have known you since you were a baby. And for me, that's a thing. Like I remember, so for obviously, we'll get into this later on because I want to kind of talk about like how our friendship kind of evolved and some of those other things. But Gage and I went to middle school together. I don't even think we even ever said your name. This is Gage. This is why I have to do an intro before the video.
Right.
So I introduce you, and then 10 minutes in, this man walking around with his. Oh no, you are on your phone. I was about to say with your laptop.
No, yeah, I'm just barehanding my laptop right now.
I was about to be like, you're wild, bro. But Gage and I went to the same middle school and the same high school. Well, we had 1 year we didn't, but we had the same outcome at separate high schools and then came back into the same high school. But the middle school and the high school were all within the same area. So anyone from New Orleans who watches this, y'all know what this means. But we went to Audubon. I went K through 8. You went 6 through 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went K through 8. He went 6 through 8. It's now a fucking elderly folks home, which I want to get into with you personally because I have a bone to pick. But no beef with the elderly before someone clips this and it makes it seem like I'm an ageist. But did you pause? You froze. Oh shit.
Hold on.
Oh, he's back. We'll just cut this part. Look at my phone.
Yeah, cut that.
Oh yeah, we're gonna cut the shitty parts, don't worry.
All right. We continue.
All right, well, I'll even just backtrack. So for those of you that didn't know, me and Gage, we went to the same middle school and the same high school. We had 1 year we didn't go to the same high school, but the outcome was the same.
Same result.
Yeah, facts. So the people from New Orleans, y'all understand this. We went to Audubon. I guess it was only charter at that point. We went to Audubon charter, which at the one we went to, I went K through 8, so I went to both. I went to the Broadway campus and the Carrollton campus. the Carrollton campus being the new elderly folks building across from, well, on basically the corner of Carrollton and St. Charles. And then we went to Sci High before Sci got their new building, right next to Lusher over on Nashville and Loyola.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did all that. This is something I told my father when I was a senior. I literally probably would have offed myself if I would have gone to Loyola or Tulane, because I'm not trying to run into every single person I ever knew. Like, I didn't want to be my dad's a musician. So my dad's, he runs in those circles. He knows everybody that works everywhere. I'm not trying to be in a situation where I'm out, I'm lit trying to have a good time. And then it's like, here's everybody that's known me since I was shitting on myself. Like, that's not as fun.
Yeah, that same deal. Like when my mom, when I was looking at colleges, my mom was pushing so hard for me to go to UNO.
Bro, facts.
Like there is no way on this earth you're getting me to go to UNO.
Dog, she was going crazy on the UNO tip, dog.
No offense to UNO.
UNO is cool.
School. UNO's a great school. It's just personally not for me.
Yeah. I didn't want to go to UNO just because I wasn't trying to live all the way out there in the city, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely was not trying to commute like all the way from uptown. Bro, this is some crazy shit. A random aside about that. So P Place? Do you know Privateer Place?
Yeah.
Okay. They have some of the Xavier students live in P Place.
Really?
Dog, that is a journey. Like, you are not close to Xavier, bro.
Not at all.
Like,
wait, that's like a dormitory for them?
Yes, bro. Xavier had too many dorms, and so some had too many students, not enough dorms. So some people had to get moved out there.
Xavier's getting really popular as a school.
I mean, it's the second or third best HBCU in the country.
That makes sense.
It's the shit. Xavier's the shit.
Facts.
Shout out all the Xavierites, but
Fact. No, Xavier is one of those schools that in New Orleans, if you meet somebody that goes to Xavier, it's like, you're a cool ass dude, probably.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, we went to the same everything, really.
Literally, yeah.
So I guess let's get into the Audubon days. I'm curious about this. What did it feel like to be on the island in Miss Jenny's class? I always felt like that shit was mad depressing, bro.
Oh my God. So for the people that don't know, the island was basically in our math class. Our teacher, Miss Jenny, for literally no reason at all, there was this table in the back left corner of the class, and she just stuck me there by myself and kept me there the entire year. And anytime I would try to move or go sit next to somebody, she would say, no, go sit back at the table. And literally, I think I got one day out the whole year where I didn't sit at the island, and it was when we had a substitute. And I was like, oh, I can really sneak this one. But I genuinely don't understand it, and I hated it, because it was literally like I was already the new kid that didn't know anybody. I was already the new kid that didn't know anybody, and then she just sticks me by myself in the back of the class where I can't talk to anybody now. And I'm just like, all right, I guess I'm just meant to be isolated. That's cool.
Yeah, she really kind of fucked you over, to be honest.
Because I think when I first got in that class, I sat next to Rob. That's where I was assigned. And then I think we just talked too much.
Yeah.
So he moved me specifically.
Bro, the way she had that whole side of the classroom was set up was wrong, dude. It was like you and Rob, y'all were in like the front.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you and Rob, like Avery and Greg.
Yeah.
It was somebody else. And then they put me and Trindell together. It was like, bro, this is not a good idea. Like, me and Trindell are going to sit here the whole class and talk.
Right.
And we're going to finish our work.
I remember my first day in that class too, sitting next to Rob, because Miss Jenny had like a piece of cardboard up on the clock. And I was like, oh, why she got cardboard on the clock? And Rob said something along the lines of, because this place is hell. I was just like, oh, that's cool. Day one, let's go.
Rob's an icon. He's wrong. I don't think it was hell, but Rob's the icon. Right. You're what was our sophomore year English teacher name?
At Sci?
Yeah.
English. The Miss Hudson?
Thank you. Miss Hudson, one time I was sitting in class, and in the middle of the class, she goes, y'all shouldn't talk to Miles. And so I'm like, what the hell? And she goes on like a tangent. She goes, Miles will sit there and talk to you the whole class. And by the end of the class, he'll have his work done and you won't. And then what?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just shook my head. I was like, yeah, you're right about that one. I was like, you definitely.
I loved Miss Hudson. She was one of my favorite teachers.
Like I love Cy.
Facts. I love Cy. Oh my God, Cy holds my heart.
Like this is going to be a hot take that a lot of people in the city are going to disagree with me on, and it's totally fair, and it's and they have absolute great reasons to have like disagree with me.
Right.
However, the good schools in New Orleans, like, really are some quality ass schools. We obviously got a lot of schools that aren't worth shit. Not at the fault of them, frankly. They're just not funded properly. But like Cy, like especially when we was there, man.
Oh yeah. Cy was prime because you had teachers that really cared about us.
Thanks.
Were really dedicated to teaching us. I can't even think of a single teacher at Cy that like you walked in their class and they just were like, I don't even want to be here. The only teacher maybe is Miss Dupree, but she taught health. So it didn't even matter.
And I don't even think that was true because I don't think she liked the health part, but she liked the Pilates and the yoga and doing all that.
She likes the yoga.
And honestly, shout out Miss Dupree in case she listens to this. She'd be messaging me on Facebook. Every couple of weeks, every couple of months, she'll just randomly be like, "Hey, how you doing?" And like we'll strike up a conversation for a little while.
I remember, I think Miss I can't remember if she was junior or senior, but one of the English teachers, Miss Glenda.
Yeah, Miss McQueen.
Yeah, Miss McQueen. That was it. That was
junior year.
Yeah, we're friends on Facebook, and I remember one time, I think some bot made a fake account for her and messaged me from the fake account. And as soon as they messaged me, I just knew it was a bot because I was like, "There's no way on this earth Miss McQueen is just messaging me." And there's no way there's no way.
That's fair.
And then I went and checked. That bot account had like 5 friends. I was like, yeah. This is
Bro, I'm not even gonna cap, bro. Obviously, I think you might have had a similar experience to me. As much as I love Cy, there was definitely an extended period of high school where I was just like a depressed human being. Like I was just going through it personally. Sometimes in them health classes, when we would like be stretching or whatever, or like doing like the stuff at the end, Miss Dupree would occasionally just give you like a nice, just a little tap on your back or some shit. Dude, that shit used to make my whole week. Like literally, it was just like it would help stress melt.
Man. Cy was goated.
Speaking of stress, though, that's one of the issues I have with New Orleans, though. I've said this to a lot of people, and I wonder if you agree with me on this. I feel like New Orleans like subliminally kind of drowns you as a person. Because like you get so stuck.
$1,000,000,000,000,000%. New Orleans is literally a city that like, I don't know, man. It's like it's hard to really say, but it's like New Orleans is a city where it's like, oh my God, like you gotta have some powerful ass ambition and drive to stay in New Orleans and just, I don't even know, like succeed here, I guess.
Well, I'm not even gonna cap. When I asked you earlier what you meant by a dude like you, what I thought you meant is that it's really hard as a creative person if you are not making New Orleans music. And even shout out to the musicians, it's even harder for them now because of how expensive New Orleans has gotten. But like, if you're not specifically doing that, like there's not really, they don't really care.
There's barely
being like the upper echelon of the city. Like I don't feel like the city likes to give back to its residents.
Oh, not at all.
Especially the young ones. Like I don't feel like they create the infrastructure to get us to want to stay. And then you be having the different mayors over different generations be like, why are people leaving?
Right. No, and then especially nowadays, because like you were saying, like it's so easy to just get stuck in the city and just get stuck in the same like routine where like you'll just end up losing years because you're like, I'm just gonna do this till I figure something out, and you never figure something out.
Dog, I probably shouldn't even say this, but I'm saying it anyway because this is the point of this pod. It's friends and we all being honest.
Right.
As much like I loved what I created with Yellow Chair, but it like fundamentally, you know why that happened? Because all I was doing was sitting on my ass and smoking all day, and that was it. I wasn't doing shit. So I was like, I have to create like a project to do. I was like, I need to give myself something to do. And then that way, like, one, I can feel more fulfilled, but also the people who, you know, come check and try to be accountable for me, aka my parents and shit like that, what the fuck you been doing? Like,
Right.
I'm doing something. I ain't just been smoking out your house the whole time. Sorry, Mom.
No, yeah, it like
not
I
in the
like
house, not in the house, not in the house, not in the house.
No. Whenever I'm here, like it's just so easy to do nothing. Like
Yes.
it's just so easy to just spend every single day just playing the game and
Yeah.
not leaving.
And I mean, I wonder if that's the case for a lot of people when they go home. Like, I wonder if that's just a going home thing.
Yeah.
However, I do think New Orleans in particular, like,
And then it's also because just nowadays, like, I don't even know, dude. Like the city's just so damn dangerous.
and
Like
it's expensive.
I don't even want to fucking go outside.
And it's expensive.
Yeah. It's like why would I go outside in the murder capital of the country when I could just end up spending $40 to $50 on nothing when I could just stay home and play a game?
The 40 to 50 is the issue I have, to be honest. I tell everybody this. I get that, like, it is dangerous again, bro. This is cyclical. Every like 7, 8 years, we're the murder capital.
Yeah.
And my dad made a good point to me one time. I think part of the reason why for that is and we might cut this individual part depending on how this take goes. But I do think part of it is, you know, people get jail sentences and they gotta get out of jail, and shit starts to rehab it. Also, it's not, of course, it's not just that. In this situation, we all know what it is. No money, no opportunity. Everything's expensive. Airbnb, fuck the city.
Like, it's so bad here. Like the economy's fucked here.
Dude, everybody told me. So everybody told me when I came to when I was on the way to Alaska, they were like, "Hey, the thing you got to look out for is stuff in Alaska is really expensive, like food, like shit like that, just like regular shit." Dummy, New Orleans is fucking expensive. Like, that's the thing that they get. There are certain times where Alaska is super expensive because, like, I heard this one time about Hawaii, and I never thought it would be true about Alaska, but of course it is. Hawaii one time didn't get their Pepsi shipment. Just, they missed it. So the Pepsi that was left was going for like $13 a bottle. Because there's no Pepsi, but people still want to buy it, so the supply and demand changes, right? Oh. Come back to life, my boy.
Hello?
Oh, he's back again.
Okay, what happened to the Pepsi?
All right, there we go. Just go back. So I always heard this about Hawaii, but I didn't know it was going to translate to Alaska too. But of course it would. So in Hawaii, like, there was one time, there's probably been a bunch of times, but I heard about this one scenario where they missed a shipment of Pepsi, like a boat shipment, because they're not really air shipping. It's like air and boat, I guess. And so the remaining Pepsi became like $13 a bottle because, like, you can't get it. Alaska will have that occasionally. You like go to get Oreos or something, and Oreos will be like $10, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why are these $10? But the thing that people didn't understand is that New Orleans is not cheap. Like, if I want to go get a meal, unless I'm going to like a grocery, because if I want to go get a grocery, like, I could go get a plate from a grocery for like $8 and get a really good plate. But if I'm going to a restaurant, like, a lot of them at this point, I'm paying like $18, $19 an entree.
Oh, 100%.
Like, if not more.
Yeah.
And that's not even to get into how expensive, like, rent is.
Yeah.
That's not even to get into the fact that Sewage and Water Board is a private company and then will just randomly screw you in your water bill.
And then we were pretty
much your fault. They busted a main at the end of the block and now it's on my house.
Right. Now you're getting charged double what you should because they can't do it right.
Yeah.
I think the only place I know that you can get a really good meal for like under $20 is Taco Loco.
That was
shout out Taco Loco. I love
you. Could go to Adam Street. Adam Street, the store, and you get a po' boy for real cheap. Yeah, and they make other plates too.
Recently, I've started just, if I really just need something quick and good and cheap, go to Costco, get a couple pizza. You can get like 3 pizza slices for $6.
That's true. That's
easy.
True. Now that's why I'll just go to grocery stores and go see what hot meals they have. Because I'll go spend $8-9 get a whole meal and be like, okay.
Right. Yeah. But all that to say, it's like it sounds like we're just sitting here ragging on the city.
Oh no, yeah.
We're just really fucking frustrated.
No, and I'm even glad you made that segue because I was thinking the same thing. It's like, look, I say this with the most love humanly possible, and I say it all the time. So if you got a bone to pick with it, sorry. You're just gonna have to deal, I guess. New Orleans is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But it's my piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, my whole damn arm is all New Orleans shit. Like,
right. It's like
I'm making a podcast to talk about New Orleans. Like,
it's like this city has so much potential. It could really, and like, it's so crazy because like this city has all this bad shit and it still thrives. Like,
and I still think it's the greatest city in America.
Yeah. It's New Orleans is like, I don't even know like what a comparison is. Like, I don't even this might
go for it. What's your take?
I was gonna say this might be a bad this might be a bad analogy, but if it's a bad analogy, just cut it. But it's like New Orleans is really like New Orleans would really just be like, I guess you could say like Detroit if we just didn't have shit.
We don't really have shit. That's the thing.
If you take New Orleans, yeah. If you take New Orleans and really just like strip like, I guess like the culture and art, you just get like Detroit.
But I'm gonna keep it a stack. I think your first take was more right though, because I think Detroit still has all the same like cultural components. I mean, shit, you got Motown, you got all type of stuff historically. Like, it's the same type of thing. I think part of what creates culture. I mean, we know this. Part of what creates culture is poverty, right? So any impoverished place. I think the best comparison for New Orleans is it's not an American city. It's at all. It's just the most northern Caribbean city. Because that's what it really feels like.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't like the way the infrastructure is, bro. The streets is bad. The way shit is run is bad. Shit is corrupt. Like it's rough. Yeah. But the cultural components, the food, like all that other stuff is unbeatable.
No, yeah. That, and you know what? That makes a lot of, that is like a really good comparison too, because like I have like multiple friends like from the Bahamas and whatnot. Yeah. And every time they've come here, every single one of them has said that New Orleans is like the only city in America that genuinely reminds them of Nassau.
Every single time I've said that to a Caribbean person, like all the ones that I know, they're all like, yeah. They're like, I totally see what you're saying. Like when they've been, they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we and it makes sense though. You know, for the people that don't know, I'll actually give a New Orleans lesson. For everybody that does know, drown me out. Or tell me I'm wrong if I say some wrong shit. I would love to refine my knowledge. But I mean, if we look at the history of the neutral ground was the neutral ground for the Spanish and the French. We have the influences of both. So to me, it makes sense that we have a Caribbean-like feel to other Caribbean-like places. Or not other Caribbean-like places, other Caribbean places, because it's the same influence.
Yeah.
On both sides. You know, because you got certain Caribbean islands that are French. You know, like Haiti.
Yeah. And yeah, New Orleans is very Haitian. Influence.
I will also say New Orleans reminds me of the Caribbean, especially historically, because New Orleans, like Ray Nagin said, is a chocolate city.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, it's becoming a less black city now, sadly.
Yeah.
Ooh, did I lose Wi-Fi? I mean, okay,
yeah. Cool.
It's saying it's searching for it, so.
Hey, if it works, it works. Fuck.
Whatever.
Hey, but some things New Orleans got going for it, though. You know, we've got I think we have a really good football team.
No.
We don't.
No,
not this year. No. Not this year.
The Pelicans might be good.
That's what I was about to say. The Pelicans are looking good going into this.
Zion looks fit.
Yeah. Zion, without Zion, we pushed the Suns to game 7, and now we're getting Zion back. 6? Yeah, my bad. Without Zion, we pushed the Suns to game 6, and now we're getting Zion back. We might be a threat.
And the contract extension we just gave CJ McCollum is gold.
Mm-hmm.
You give him 32 mil right before the cap jumps to where you're going to be paying people 40, 50, and his contract is going to look like child's play.
And then you got Brandon Ingram, really like
He's that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy.
At New Orleans, truly, I think Brandon Ingram is no disrespect to Drew Holiday in particular.
Mm-hmm.
If it's disrespect to Anthony Davis, I don't care. But like, I really think since Chris Paul, and maybe even bigger than Chris Paul, I feel like BI is the person that the city has attached to the most. And I also feel like BI is the first dude that has really attached himself to the city too. Like, he feels really entrenched in the shits. I mean, bro.
Yeah, I genuinely get the feel that Brandon Ingram like loves it here.
Yes. Like when we got put randomly into the KD rumors, my favorite thing was every Pelicans fan was like, nah, if it's BI included.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, same. I saw those rumors and it was like Brandon Ingram for KD, and I was like, hell no.
I'm straight. No. And it's not even, I like KD. I don't have beef with KD. I know a lot of people do. I like KD's antics. I like that KD just does KD.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. I fuck with him. However, I wasn't trying to trade BI.
No, hell no.
Oh,
and then we've even got some scrappers on the in the little BT, like Jose Alvarado.
Grand Theft Alvarado, baby.
Where did he come from? He was
undrafted, my boy.
He was going hammo in the playoffs.
Hey, the ultimate goal for Yellow Chair is to get BI and Jose on here. That would be crazy.
Oh, facts. But no,
I started getting like huge people.
That'd be great. But no, I'm a Jose Alvarado fan.
Oh, me
I like
too.
him. Me and Trindell debate about it a lot. I really like Devontae Graham.
I don't have beef with Devontae. I will say my guy is Herb.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking love Herb.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah. That's the thing. The Pelicans, we got a solid ass core this year going into this next season.
We do. I'm scared though, because every time the Pelicans have expectations, like I'm a traumatized Pelicans fan. Like every time the Pelicans have expectations, we go like 0-12. Like genuinely. Yeah. Like we start the season like 0-10. It's ridiculous. Like I have not seen like there aren't like we do shit as a basketball franchise that you do not see people do. Like we would have years with AD and all of them and go 0-8. And it's like, yo, win a game.
Right.
Win one game. Like, dude, the first 8 games weren't against the top 8 teams. Like,
and we used up all of AD's prime years too.
No, the Lakers got the last one, sadly.
I don't even count that shit.
I count the bubble. I'm on the opposite side of that.
I 100% count the bubble. But
I actually think the bubble ring is harder.
No, yeah, 100%. Because one, everybody likes to bitch about the bubble, but it's like everybody that was there chose to be there.
Yeah,
one.
Facts.
2, it was like the bubble was really like it was very like even because everybody was in the exact same boat. Nobody had no home court advantage. Everybody was away from their families. Everybody was in the same boat in the same situation.
It was also just so badass to watch to watch professional players play, and you don't have the influence of crowds, so you really see what happens. Like this is what practice would look like if you have a scrimmage going on with 2 really good teams. It's like, oh, y'all are really making shots. It also tells me that the fans have the fans do genuinely have an influence.
Oh, 100%. And that I was so pissed off in that bubble series, just watching my Raptors get taken out by the Celtics. Oh, that burned my soul.
Man.
But OG hit that game-winning 3, and that.
Yo, OG's 3 was crazy.
So good. I don't know. My Raptors, we just got it like that when it comes to a clutch 3.
That's true. Y'all do be smacking Kawhi with one of the greatest shots of all time.
Oh yeah. And my thing with the Raptors is though, like I know the Raptors are about to go out and lose. I know we're about to go lose when Siakam just starts jacking up threes. When Siakam just decides, all right, I'm gonna just start shooting threes. I'm like, we lost.
You're like, all right, game over.
Like you can't.
I'm tuning out.
Like you don't do that, Siakam. Stop.
All right, give me your most New Orleans story ever.
Ooh.
I'm on the spot.
What do you mean by that?
You tell me. You can even explain how it's a New Orleans story. It could be something totally minute. Like, give me something that you feel like epitomizes or paints the essence of New Orleans.
Damn, that's a good ass question.
But it could be something so small. That's the reason why I'm saying this. It could be something tiny. It could be something huge.
I don't know why. But as soon as you said that, my brain just jumped to this story. It's a small thing. It's not a huge thing at all. It's a small thing, but my brain jumped to this story when I was younger, and I was walking through the French Quarter. I was walking through the French Quarter to go to Noka after school, and I got stopped by this guy. Who I was like 14 at the time, so I didn't know the bit yet. But he got me with the I bet I can guess where your shoes are. Where they basically walk up to you and they're like, "Hey, I bet I can guess where you got your shoes."
Yes, bro.
You're like, "What? No way. Where?
No, you can't guess it.
On your feet." And then you're like, "Damn it!" And then they ask you for $10. But this guy, he got me with it, and like I'm like 14, and I'm very visibly 14. I'm very visibly a child going with a backpack, and like he gets me or whatever.
Oh yeah, my boy Gage did not have a beard. Like it took a while. Like it was.
I had long hair, clean face. Like
me too.
I was 100% a child.
Yes.
Like, there was no misconception. And so the guy, after he gets me with the, I bet I can guess where you got your shoes. He then offers to clean my shoes, like a shoe shine. And I'm like, okay, I guess. And then so he just does it. And then after he does it, he asks me for money. And he's like, yeah, do you have like $20? And I'm like, I'm 14. I'm going to school. Like, do you think I was just gonna have a loose 20 in my pocket? And then he went, and then after I'm like, no, I don't have any money. He gets pissed off at me, and he gets mad at me, and he just goes like, "Man, go on, man." And I'm like, no.
Like, dude, I was 14. I was just minding my business.
I'm like, bro, you approached me. I was going to school.
I'm not even gonna lie. You really picked one of the most New Orleans ass stories you could have picked. I'm really glad someone, like, I know you're the first one, but I'm glad someone got the where you got your shoes went off, because that's a really important lesson.
Yeah,
I got taught that shit when I was like 10.
That thing stuck with me for the rest of my life. I remember one time one of my friends from out of town came down for Mardi Gras, and we were walking through the French Quarter, and literally I told him, if somebody asks you where you got your shoes, the answer is on your feet. And he's like, okay. We walk like 2 blocks. Someone comes around the corner and asks. Like literally without even missing a beat.
Bro, I've told people the same thing. I got taught that lesson when I was like 10 or 11. My dad or his friends were like, hey, this is like actually something you should know. I was like, okay. They was like, hey, people are going to come up to you and they're going to be like, I bet I know where you got your shoes. And you're going to think like Academy or whatever. The answer is on your feet. And I was like, oh. And then so you know this, but my first ever job was at the aquarium. And the aquarium is downtown. And so my mom stopped driving so my parents split right before 7th grade. Well, my dad moved out while I was in 6th. And then like really, whatever. 7th, my mom stopped driving too though. And so by the time I was in high school, my mom hadn't driven for a while. So I either walked or took the streetcar everywhere. Streetcars from New Orleans ass shit. But I would take the streetcar and I would walk. I would have to walk to work. And one day I was walking from work. I was going to go to the Treme. I had a fantasy football draft with my dad's friends, so I had to go to the Treme. So I was walking from work, and a dude came up. He's like, I'm pretty sure I have my fucking uniform on. It's like, dude, like I literally, I'm work here. Like, what are you doing? And Buddy came up to me. And he's like, I bet I know where you got your shoes. And I was like, yeah, on my feet. I was like, bro, I'm from here. I was like, I'm not. Right. I was like, I literally told him, I was like, I'm not one of them. He was like, oh. I was like, goofy ass. I was like, come on, bro.
Right. Nah. I'm glad you brought up the streetcar. Man, because I got so much beef with the streetcar. They finally finally unblocked my ass. Finally.
Really?
They unblocked me on Twitter.
Bro, that means they had to have gone through the unblocked list and found you and went, oh, wait, we got to undo this.
Some social media manager for Norda really went through and was like, he's been blocked for 7 years. Just unblocked.
It was probably a new person. I'm like, who the fuck who's this guy?
Oh, yeah. But I remember one time, because me and the streetcar had real beef.
You used to bully the RTA account. I'm not gonna care.
Real beef. Like, it'd be daily. I'm on Twitter.
No,
at Norda, fuck you. I hate you. Speed up. Like I remember one time I was so angry. School had ended and it was pouring down rain, like horrendously. And I did not have an umbrella. And I was at the streetcar stop, waiting on the streetcar. Started pouring down rain, like torrential downpour. Yep. I'm sitting there just taking it. Like, yep. I'm sitting there like, come on, bro. Like, where is this damn streetcar? Sitting there, it's raining. The rain finally clears up and goes away. And as soon as the rain goes away, here comes the streetcar around the corner. I'm like, bro, I really wanted to swing. I really wanted to swing.
Do you remember? Did we have chemistry together junior year?
I believe so. With Miss.
We had a third period, maybe.
Yeah, I know her first name's Dominique, but
Dr. Johnson.
Because I know her last name now is like Bird, right? Because of her husband.
You're right. Dr. Dominique Bird Johnson. I don't know, whatever way.
Yeah.
But do you remember? You remember the tornado day when the sky turned
green?
Yes. And then we walked home. They let us out. They let me and you leave.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was one day the sky like literally changed colors completely. We were in chemistry inside with no real windows, and we all saw it occur. Like it was like whoa. And Miss Balancier, who worked in like the student services office, she came to the class and she was like, hey, we're about to let everybody go. Because it really looked like it was about to be a whole ass tornado like on campus. It was crazy. Yeah. And so everybody like got a ride home or took the bus, except, there were a couple of fuckers like me and Gage who parents work and we didn't take the bus.
Yeah.
And for whatever fucking reason, they let us leave. Like they let me and Gage walk home because they were like, well, at least you have a buddy. So I guess if we got taken in the tornado, we were both, at least we died together.
Right. No, I remember that too. That shit, we just walking, just like, man, is it coming?
Bro, I got hit by hail on that walk. It was after you had already gotten home. I was down over by Stewart Hall. I got smacked by hail. That was the first time I ever had a migraine in my life. No, that's not true. It was the second time I ever had a migraine in my life.
Oh my God.
It was horrible. I
had so much fun at Psy. There are countless stories.
Bro, Psy has such a huge place in my heart.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm so thankful to see the building finally at fruition.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know I was not. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Psy deserves all the love because I remember, man. No offense to the people I knew at Franklin, because I'm still friends with a lot of them. But punk ass Franklin, like when I was getting asked to not come back, they were because they Franklin and Lusher, they wouldn't kick you out. They would just send you a nice letter saying, hey, just don't come back, please.
Yeah, you could appeal it, and then they would decline your appeal like they did me. I was talking to my dad about this the other day. I was in Galveston Beach, and my mom calls me, and she goes, hey, they said no. She was like, do you want to go to court? I was like, nah. I was like, I don't want to be anywhere that I don't want to be. The other amazing thing about that trip, that was the first time I really could understand what Gucci Mane said. Like, I was listening to him rap, and I was like, oh. And like, I had the aha moment. Like, I heard everything. I was like, okay, Gucci.
Like, oh my God, I get it.
I was like, I get it now.
I've unlocked this language.
But yeah, they would ask you not to return, basically.
Yeah. And I remember when because you know what? Looking back now, I'm so fucking thankful I did not stay at Franklin all 4 years.
I should have gone to Psy in the first place.
Yeah. If I didn't fail out the first year, I would have failed out the second, third, and fourth year because just the shit
Bro, I think even if you would have passed, bro, I think you would have just failed out of college. Like I saw people like that. Like I have close homies where it was like the Franklin shit was so much that by the time they got to college, they were just burnt out. They were done.
Yeah. No, yeah. Because Franklin, and I remember when I was first just telling people that I was leaving and telling people that I was transferring to Sci, every single person that I told that I was going to math and science, every single one of them told me, "Oh, dude, you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna get beat up." I'm like, why?
Hey,
like, why would y'all tell me this?
Hey, so, I'm gonna keep it a stack, and I'm actually really glad you brought all this up. I don't think me and you have ever had this conversation in our life. I don't think we've ever talked about what the experience was transitioning.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
We were just back because that same shit happened to me. I was doing it maybe earlier than you because, to make a long story short, I skipped 2 weeks of class straight. I would get this girl. She would call in to pretend to be like my mom. I'm dead at. She would call the school, tell them I was sick, and I just wouldn't go to class. I would go cut class. And then after like a couple weeks, they emailed my mom. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about the email. Yeah, they were like, "Damn, is he okay?" And she was like, "What?" Like, oh shit. But so after that, they gave me like they took me out of classes. Like I was out of certain classes, and I had like 3 study halls. Like it was ridiculous. Like my day was bullshit. So so at that point, I was already at the point where I was like, okay, I'm probably not going to be able to come back. So I was thinking like I was either going to do online school or I was going to go to Sci. And I was like, online school does not sound fun in the grand scheme of things. That sounds very depressing. Oh, did I lose you? Oh, I'm gonna wait till you come back. My boy.
Hello.
There we go.
There we go. But, yeah. Online school didn't sound fun.
No, online school did not sound fun at all. So I decided, okay, not Lusher, Jesus. So I was going to go to Sci. And for everyone that doesn't know, this is not true anymore because Lusher owns both buildings. But when we were there, Lusher and Sci High were right next to each other. Gage and I went to New Orleans Charter Science and Mathematics High School, colloquially Sci High or Sci.
Yeah.
No one's saying that long ass other shit. Or math and science, I guess, but that one sounds lame. Did I lose you again? Shit. I'll just cut this part. Oh. I heard the laugh. Oh, there you go.
Is it working? Is it working?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right, so colloquially Sci. But so Lusher and Sci were right next to each other. So I would tell the Lusher kids, so Sci, you had to wear a uniform. Franklin and Lusher, you didn't have to wear a uniform. Also, quite frankly, when we went to Sci, our graduating year, Sci was 88% black, and Franklin and Lusher were not. And obviously, Gage and I are not. And frankly, to be totally real, people were saying some racist ass shit. Like that's really what it was. They totally racial stereotype Sci, and we're like, "Yo, you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna go to jail. You're gonna have a bad time." I was like, "Okay, bro."
100%.
And the irony of all of this is in the 8th grade, because you know this, obviously, because you were there. Audubon maxed at 8th. You had to go to a different school. You had to go to a high school. There was no high school. Even though they promised us at our graduation there would be. You remember that? They said there was going to be high school. They were wrong. But so you had to go to a high school. I visited 3 because I knew I couldn't go to any private schools. I couldn't afford them.
Yeah.
In retrospect, why did I not try to go get a scholarship? Like, I probably could have done something. But not a big deal. Don't really want to go to private school. Don't want to send my kids to private school. I like public school. I'm not going to cap. But I visited 3. Visited Franklin, visited Lusher, visited Sci. The one that I actually liked the most from visiting and being on the grounds of the campus was Sci. Franklin felt way too tight.
Yeah.
Franklin felt very cramped.
Yeah, Franklin, I did not like literally the only thing I enjoyed about Franklin was during my study halls, I would leave my study hall and go to Trindell's study hall. and just bullshit with him through the class. Everything else I hated. I hated my physics class. I remember the first time I felt my physics teacher, because back then I was young, I was naive. I didn't understand that there were people on all sides, of things. So in my brain, I'm like, because at the time, so for some political context, Obama was president. So for me, at the time, I'm like, I love Obama. Everyone loves Obama. How do you not love Obama? So I go to my physics teacher because it was like around election time. I'm like, yeah, you gonna vote for Obama? My physics teacher just very seriously just puts her book down and goes, no, I think he's a horrible man. And I'm like, oh, I'm sitting there wanting to leave, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I'm like, why? And she's like, cause he would rather play golf than worry about the country during a national tragedy. And I'm like,
hey,
okay, bye.
That's foreshadowing.
Right. I'm like, okay, bye. I left that class. I was like, oh my God, I thought everyone loved Obama. I thought that was just a thing.
This is, to everybody who's listening to this, you're gonna be like, damn, they really just did a real high school deep dive. This is an important part of New Orleans culture, though. If you go to New Orleans and they ask you what school you're from, they're not talking about college. They 100% are asking you, what high school did you go to? I was in Maine this summer. In fucking Maine. And some of my dad's friends were having a party, my dad's a musician, so was having they hired him to do a party. And like one of the old head New Orleans white ladies that was there, she was like, what school you went to? And I was like, I knew exactly what she meant. I was like, yeah, I went to Side. She was like, oh, okay. I was like, where'd you go? And she started saying, I was like, it's funny because everybody from New Orleans knows once you ask, you mean high school, you don't mean college. And granted, our age group, it could mean college because all of us have really done it. Like, not all of us, but a lot of us have had, that's the route we've gone. But, for a very long time, ain't nobody in the city was going to college.
Right.
What you going to college for?
I would say a good few people, like a lot of people that in New Orleans end up going to like LSU or something like that. But it's like, you could just tell the people at Tulane and Loyola that aren't from here.
Oh, yeah.
They just stick out. Like,
also, frankly, disrespectfully to Tulane never be wanting New Orleans people anyway.
Yeah.
Loyola will, but Loyola's expensive.
Yeah.
Loyola just gets a lot of it's a Catholic school. You get a lot of Catholics.
Yeah.
We got a lot of Catholics in the city. I went to preschool right over there.
Yeah, and then you just got I mean, I guess it's the same.
The synagogue on the corner?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I went to preschool.
Nice.
I'm not Jewish.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same in every city, but you just got like entire streets taken up by just the Tulane kids renting out places and shit, renting out whole houses.
I have peeped in places where it's like heavy college presence like that. Yeah, they usually do have like a little bit of space. Yeah, because like if you're, you spent some time in New York, huh?
No, I've never been. I want to go though.
Like when you get into the university areas in New York, like now some of it is not like this in a similar way to New Orleans, but there will be a lot of blocks. There will be a couple blocks where it's like, oh, you can tell universities right here. Now, like a block or two off of that though will be fucking dangerous, which is some New Orleans shit too, where it's like, and this another thing we probably should say, you could be on one block and everything's beautiful and great. You go to the next block and it get real sketchy real fast.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, that's kind of like the thing living here. You just like, I mean, that's for every city, but you really just pick up on where to and to not go.
Yeah, just be aware.
Yeah, literally just be aware. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna hang out on this part of Oak Street. I'm not going that. I'm not going on
that part. Yeah.
Yeah. No, nothing. Literally, like my favorite area in all of New Orleans is just the Elmwood area, because I just love Elmwood.
Funny part about that, technically that's not New Orleans at all. It's Metairie.
True. Yeah.
Metarie's its own thing. Yeah. So what is your favorite part of New Orleans? We should do that.
Oh,
you're an uptown boy, more or less.
If I really did, it would either have to be.
It doesn't have to be uptown. I'm just contextualizing like where you predominantly live while you're here.
No, yeah. To be honest, I really do personally enjoy the French Quarter.
Yeah.
Like I really do enjoy it. Anytime you got tourists that come into town, like family or anything that come into town and want to go,
Oh,
I'm
it's a great
very
excuse.
happy. I'm very happy to go to the French Quarter and
Yeah.
just walk around.
And I mean, I'll do it more now. I mean, when I was younger, obviously we're not that old. I'm 24, almost 25. When this comes out, I'll be 25. You'll be 24 still, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it'll come out in January. Um, like, when I was like 18, 19, I didn't really want to go out as much. I didn't really care. Like, I was like, I'm not really trying to do all that. But now when I come home, like, I'd be wanting to go out to like the different bars and like just see what the Joe's is in the city. And it's like, I do like being in the quarter. Like, it's fun and nice. Whereas like we got a reason to go down to the quarter and go do something because like, okay, it's like we about to get on some tomfoolery, like, some bullshit, some shenanigans might occur. But
I genuinely do enjoy the Quarter. That's probably like one of my favorite areas.
yeah,
Especially because there's the area by the Riverwalk Mall where you can just sit and like kind of sit and just like chill next to the river.
yeah.
Oh, I love that.
You got any secret spots in the city to tell the people?
I don't know if it's still there, but like by the daiquiri shop, there used to be like over the levee. If you go down, there used to be
Daiquiri
this
shop
like,
at the end of the daiquiri shop at the end of Carrollton.
yeah.
Okay.
There used to be this like nook tucked away in some trees that you could like that had like a campfire and whatnot. I don't know if it's still there, but that area used to be cool. The Fly is really cool. I don't know if you can still get to the Fly though. I think they
You
closed
can.
it off.
No,
You
you can.
can?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I really like the Fly. There's I cannot remember what it's called. It's not in New Orleans, but it's like a 15-20 minute drive away. But there's this spot, and I only know it because it was really popular when Pokemon Go first came out. It's like a dock next to the I guess I think it's the Gulf or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I
probably a
don't know.
lake. It's probably like Lake Pontchartrain, huh?
Yeah, yeah, the lake. But it's like a dock. That area was really cool, and I've really been trying to find it again. But for me personally, my favorite areas are any areas that are by water, like that. The Fly, the Levee, the dock, the Riverwalk.
Yeah.
All of those spots have something
Anything
in
by
common.
the river, by the lake, by whatever. Yeah, I agree. Even bayous.
Yeah.
That's why I love City Park. You can find so much random just water and shit, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I like City Park a lot. City Park.
I've had some homies like show me some spots. I'm like, damn, I had no idea this spot existed
Mm-hmm.
at all.
Yeah, City Park is
Put
super
me on.
nice.
Trying to think. We probably had. I mean, we got to be close to an hour.
Oh, 100%.
Well, I'm just saying that because you said I'm just gonna go get my computer BRB. Now it's at 129 and we're 236. There will be some cuts for like the random and probably even this. I'm trying to think. Do I have any? What? Okay. All right. We're gonna do some favorites. I'm gonna just make this a segment, and I'm gonna come up with some other questions. I'm gonna just do them randomly right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do some rapid fire like favorites, and I might even do some least favorites too.
Okay.
Favorite New Orleans food?
Like restaurant or just food in general?
Food dish.
Crawfish.
Just boiled.
Yeah, 100%.
What's in your boil though?
A lot of I love having sausage. I love having mushrooms. Honestly, carrots are really good. Corn, of course. Potatoes.
Gotta have some garlic.
Of course, the garlic.
Gotta have some onion.
Cabbage. I think yeah.
You can fucking fucking Brussels sprouts bust.
Yeah, those are so good. But
You ever put pineapple or like other citrus?
Yeah, there's nothing that beats a good crawfish boil.
I think you can put anything in a crawfish boil and be good.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Crawfish is probably going to be a very frequent pick on that segment.
Yeah.
Let me see. Favorite time of the year to be in New Orleans?
Halloween or Mardi Gras.
That's true.
Especially because Halloween, you get the mansion that has all the skeletons in the yard.
Yeah, fucking right. That was one of the best parts about going to Side, bro.
Yeah, you got
just having to pass that shit, and they do it for everything.
They do it for everything and every year.
But they go the most all out for Halloween for sure.
They're the best. I love that house.
I'm gonna have to like go when I get back to the city. I'm gonna have to go take a photo of the house and like.
That's one of my. Whenever I'm not in the city for October, that's one of the things I always miss is that house.
You know what I just thought about? That could be kind of cool.
Hmm.
It's like, what if I might keep this in here because even if I don't do it, it's still a good idea.
Yeah.
It's like, what if like after the conversations I have with people, like I write down some of the places we talk about, I go photograph the places and then incorporate them into like the greater social media posts. And that way it all gets more interconnected.
That would be cool.
I hate social media. I'm trying to do a better job though. I really am. I really am.
Well, honestly, at this point, I ignore Instagram. I pretty much ignore Twitter outside of just liking things. But like, I think the only thing I really fuck with now is just TikTok, just because I can, my video has been gaining a little traction.
There you go. I've been making a couple of TikToks.
I'm at like 670 followers.
I'm at like 90. I basically, you know how they added the photo gallery thing? I just put my photos up with that. And then I'll do videos. And I've been taking more sports video. They're not good yet. But
Yeah.
I got a goal on video. Hockey.
No, I will say one of my favorite, I think my favorite new, I guess you can call it a social media, is this app called Be Real. I love Be Real.
Oh.
It's what the fuck is that? It's this thing where it's like every day at a random time you'll get a notification from Be Real, and it basically will have you take a picture with your front camera and your back camera just to show what you're doing, and then you just post it.
That's cool.
Super simple, but really I love it.
Never heard of that. That's cool.
And you can like react to your friends. It'll give you like the emojis to react with, but instead of using the emojis to react, it just takes a picture of you doing the emoji.
Oh, cute.
Pretty cool. I love Be Real.
So you said your favorite, I'm kind of assuming one of your favorite parts about New Orleans Halloween is them people's house.
Yeah. And then it's like that mansion for sure. And also I'm a very big fan of I'm a really big fan of just a lot of people being in an area. Like I'm a huge fan of just large gatherings.
Yeah, my boy does like crowds.
Yeah, I love a good crowd.
I do agree. That's why I'm telling you would love New York.
Yeah. I was this close to going, but the job opportunity in LA was just a little better.
No, I just mean just fuck that. Just go travel, bro.
Yeah. I definitely plan to.
One of the biggest blessings of our life, and I'm gonna speak for both of us, and then I'm gonna talk for me in a specific way. But one of the biggest blessings, bro, is going to Panama because of all the ways they showed us how to be. When I went to New York over the summer, bro, I just stayed in a hostel.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
No, yeah, for sure.
I just got a lock, and they gave me a locker, and I mean, nobody's gonna jug my shit in the middle of the night. So
yeah,
it was like foreign dudes and a couple other people from America. They were awesome.
Hostels are a hack.
They are a hack.
It's like that. It's so.
And you get to meet people.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite thing about New York, though, is that it's an introvert's haven because no one gives a fuck about you, and everyone's like, that doesn't make sense. There's so many people. Introverts wouldn't like it. No one cares though.
Yeah.
No one is paying attention to you in any capacity.
It's like you're very like your own personal thing. That's kind of what I liked. That was one thing I really, really loved about Hong Kong. It was the exact same way. Nobody in Hong Kong gave a fuck about you.
Bro, I'm finna visit Payan.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's in China, right?
Me and him have been talking about it.
And he just became like a
professor.
College.
Yes. Because I missed my opportunity with Denlinger, and I'm mad. Because he was at that national park in Mozambique.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me, he's like, oh, I'd love for you to come. And then he moved back because he's children, and I understand.
Yeah.
I still want to see if he can connect me to go do it, but it's like, dang, I'm not missing an opportunity with China.
No, yeah, no. I every day I want to go back. But
we gotta plan a trip, my G. Uh-oh, I lost you. Hey, he's back. I can hear you. Now I can see you.
Hello? Is it working? Cool.
I'm trying to think. Okay, favorite part of Mardi Gras.
I
For me, this is
really.
easy.
Hmm?
This answer is easy for me personally, but I want to know your answer.
I really like. I'm a really big fan of Endymion. That's probably my favorite parade.
Oh, that's fair.
But
I wasn't thinking parades, but that's fair.
let me see. My
In a
favorite part
grand
of.
way, my favorite thing about Mardi Gras is one thing. We'll keep going.
Hmm. I will say one thing I really don't like about Mardi Gras is just how inconvenient it makes getting around the city.
Oh yeah, if you have to live and work, it sucks.
The worst.
But if you're just there to partake,
You're just chilling, enjoying Mardi Gras. It's the best. You just go. But I mean, my favorite thing about Mardi Gras is probably the same thing. That's like my favorite thing about Halloween is just the large crowds, all the different people having fun.
that makes sense. My favorite thing about Mardi Gras in a very grand way, if people broke it down into a couple components, the bands. The bands are what it
Oh
makes Mardi Gras.
yeah.
Without the bands, Mardi Gras is not mid, but it's totally different.
The marching bands go crazy during
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
Bro, I went to Zulu Ball this year.
Really?
Yeah, bro, very fun. I want to get more into the ball scene. It was fun. Like you go get dressed up, put on nice clothes, go look hot, like go drink. Like sure. Like I found my sea legs, bro, for a while. Like, because some of the trauma for me at the end of high school. Like, it just took me a sec to like get my brain back with my brain.
Yeah.
And it's like now it's like the last couple of years, it's been like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the biggest blessing. Well, I don't know why I'm getting into this, especially in relation to Yellow Chair, but we're here anyway. It's at the end. Like,
right.
If you've made it this far, y'all, you're the real OG. Put in the chat, trauma. But, fuck, I lost my train of thought. Oh no, the biggest blessing. The biggest blessing for my life was Madison and I breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
That situation not working, but I really took my chance. Because like when I was younger in relationships, before I was like an adult, I would always want to take like that kind of grand chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like my brain will do that. Like in my brain and emotions when they start to like, it gets rough.
Yeah.
But that shit not working helped really build like me as a person, because it was like, oh, I really tried as hard as I could. I did everything positive that I could, and it just didn't work. Okay.
Well, that same that's exactly how my relationship. That's how my relationship with Zora went. Oh my God, I put everything into that relationship.
And I want to apologize, bro. Any animosity that you might have caught from me during that period of time was really not directed at you.
And like that, I was so mad after me and Zora broke up because the amount of people that came up to me after the fact and was like, "Oh yeah, good for you, man. I knew y'all weren't gonna last. I'm glad y'all weren't. She wasn't good for you." I was like, "Where the fuck were y'all the last 2 years?"
No, that's my least favorite shit. It's like really, it's like you just didn't.
Really,
you never wanted to say none of that.
Right. It's like I could have used that a year ago. But
yeah, like you could have helped me. Maybe, probably not, but maybe you could have helped.
I remember really. It's like I don't know. I feel like when you hit a certain point in a relationship, like the smallest thing can really just set you off and be like, you know what, I'm done. Because like for me, all the shit Zora did to me, and like the thing that really just made me fucking snap and end it was so little and just irrelevant, but it was important to me.
What was it?
It was we were in Hong Kong, and she went out with her friends or whatever, and it was like I want to say it was like 2:30, maybe 3 a.m. We were both like signed into the same Uber account, so like I would get notifications when she would go to from places, and she'd get notifications when I would go to and from places. And so I got a notification at like 2:30 that she was coming home. And me and her lived in the same apartment building in Hong Kong. She lived like 2 floors above me. Like, so it was like 2:30. She got home and I didn't get a single message. I didn't get a text. I didn't get nothing. And like, I was like, I don't know why. I was just like, cause like it was like kind of like a thing in our relationship that when she would get home, she'd message me. And like, that just pissed me off when she did. I was like, it kind of just, I snapped. And like, it didn't help that same night, like hours prior, my friend that I met in Hong Kong, her name was Sierra. Sierra, you'll probably never see this, but in the off chance you do, thank you. Sierra is 100% of the reason I broke up with Zora, because Sierra maybe saw me and Zora interact like one time, literally very briefly, one time. And me and Sierra were on a video call, and she literally broke down precisely every issue me and Zora had
off the one interaction.
Off of one interaction she witnessed between us. She pegged every single thing wrong in our relationship. And I was like, is it really that fucking noticeable, like on the surface? And then so that night when she didn't text me, when she got home, I was like, you know what? I fucking had it. I literally, I left my apartment, went up to her apartment, went in her room, and I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I was like, I was really starting to like, I was telling everything. So I was like, I'm at the point where I'm really starting to hate you. Like, I genuinely, like, this is just not good. Best thing that ever happened.
All right, I didn't realize this until like maybe a year or two later, but I think I asked Lorenz this one time, the summer after Madison and I broke up. I was like, why is this not bugging me more? Because like I was just chilling, like I felt totally normal. Like I did not, like frankly, I did not care. Like I was like, okay. And what it was there was a moment, and I can think of the moment, I can picture the moment, and there was a moment where the relationship for me was done. And it was like I would have continued to make it work, I guess, because just whatever. Because at that time, especially, I was just really bad at being able to like remove myself. Like, frankly, I have not been good at that until this year. This was the first year of my life where like I really was like, you know what? I can remove myself from a situation with a woman. Like, if I don't want to be with you, it's okay. I can say no. I will be able to court another woman another time. Like, whether it's timing or whatever. Like, I can be the one that goes, you know what? This isn't working for me, and I get the fuck. I was not that then, so I didn't. But the point for me, we were in Monroe. We were getting crawfish, and we were with friends. It was me, her, my homie who actually lives out here in Alaska, the one that like basically is the reason why I'm here. He's one of the people too, and a bunch of other people. And like, I think, you know, I probably like kind of jabbed at her a little bit, like not like for real, but like, you know, I probably just like was making a little jokey joke.
Yeah.
in front of everybody, she literally went, "Why the fuck are you talking?" And we all just were like, what? And it hit a point, and really, this is why that was a big deal. Other than that being incredibly rude, what it really represented is like you have a misunderstanding of where the representation of power in a relationship is. I've allowed you a lot of space and a lot of grace to become who because you know she was struggling a lot of it. So like I would give her a lot of space to like, you know, for her to help herself because she needed that from my point of view. I don't know what she needed otherwise. I'm not trying to get myself in any trouble with anybody by saying none of this. But like people have done this in friendship situations too. Just because I am kind and allowing grace, there is a point. You like it, like I am still in control of the way that I view this. So once you have gone too far, it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. So you don't have a respect for me.
Yeah.
Like because I just can't. That's not.
No. I kind of had a similar moment. The moment that like it just kind of clicked that I was just like, yeah, this relationship's not gonna last. It's just a matter of how much longer. It was again in Hong Kong. It was like early in the morning, I think, and I was playing Xbox with Herman and Trindell, which was very rare to do in Hong Kong because of a 13-hour time difference.
Yeah,
Literally, the only reason I could do it was because I was up early. So like my mornings were their nights. So this was a very rare thing. So I'm playing Xbox with them, playing Battlefront 2, and then Zora comes in and she's like,
Wait, I lost you. Uh-oh.
The whole time I'm playing, and it gets to a point.
Wait. I missed a lot of it.
Oh, no.
She came in the room.
Yeah, she came in the room and she's like, "We're going to the beach to take photos for a project." And she was like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll go. Just let me finish this game." So I'm playing, and the whole time I'm playing, she's just sitting there. She's just standing there, just like clearly having an attitude about it. And then so it gets to the point. The game's almost over, by the way. It's got like 3 minutes left in it, and she just fucking storms out. She literally just gets mad and storms out, and I'm like, whatever. So I tell Trindell and Herman, I'm like, guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. Blah blah blah. I turn my Xbox off and I go. I chase her. I meet her in the lobby, and we start walking to the beach together, and there was like a bridge that would go to the beach, and I just look at the bridge, and I just see 4 of her friends, all girls, just standing there waiting for her, and I just look, and I'm just like, in my head, I was just like, I know exactly how this afternoon's about to go. And I was just like, you know what? I just don't feel like doing this. So I literally look at her and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing this today. And so I turned around. I went back in my apartment. I got back on the Xbox with Trindell and Herman. I was like, I'm jumping back in, guys. What game we playing?
Yeah. It just hits a point sometimes, man. Like shit runs its course.
No, where you're just like, you know what? I can't do this anymore.
Because
especially
go ahead.
Like especially when it's like a relationship where you have really just done so much and put forth so much for this person, and they're still pulling like the same shit after like a long time. It just gets to a point where like, all right, I'm done.
I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, it's like you clearly don't respect what I do for you.
You just don't respect me. Like
yeah, literally.
But
you know, better times.
Yeah. Look, man, we all go through it. We all have a situation, you know.
We all get that one that just really makes you evolve as a person.
Yeah. You really do. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I even think at this point we probably could wrap it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
End on that note.
I'm glad you said that because I have to go soon anyway. Me and my mom are going to dinner.
Perfect. But great talking to you, bro.
Great talking to you too. This was fun. I enjoyed this.
Yeah, I can't wait till it actually comes out. I'm gonna give a secret in the first episode of this pod. I want to do Yellow Chair over years. I'm not gonna lie. Like it would be very cool, like every like 5-10 years to like take a new photo, have a new combo.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I mean, it could be sooner than 5-10 years. I'm just thinking in the grand scheme of things, like people like long projects.
Yeah.
They're like, it's investment. I'm like, nah, these are just the homies.
No,
And I have a personal thing. I said this earlier in this pod. I struggle with letting women go. I'm not letting friends go.
Yeah, nah.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Been through too much history. Let's work it out.
No, yeah. I'm at that. I don't let friends go at all.
Yeah. I mean, unless it just goes really, like, I'll let them go for a period of time. Like, if a homie does something foul, like, we might not talk for a couple months, but eventually it'll be like, okay.
Right.
But great talking to you, bro.
You as well.
Can't wait to see you. Have to come to LA at some point. You're way closer to Alaska now.
Yeah, literally. I'm sure it's a cheaper flight.
No, it has to be. But we're in a way closer time zone.
I think, are we not in the same time zone?
I'm 1 hour behind you.
Damn.
We're just a little bit further. Yeah. But all right, bro.
All right.
Peace.
Be safe. Enjoy Alaska. Catch some moose.
Enjoy your move. My man's is moving to LA this week. taking a job. Actually, we probably should get into that before we get off. Real quick, tell the people what you up to. I meant to do this. Tell you people up to. Give them some socials if you want to. I don't know, something.
So
Tell them who
basically, I
you
just got
are.
hired. I'm Gage Huff. I just got a job offer with this trailer house in LA called Aspect. From what I've been told, they're a really big trailer house. They do a lot of like trailers for like big movies. Just looking at their website alone, they did the trailer for Shang-Chi. They did the trailer for the Batman. I believe they did the trailer for Avatar, but I could be wrong about that. But they're pretty big, and I got a job offer, and that's where I'm going to start my career.
New Orleans legend by way of Atlanta and Mississippi.
Oh boy.
Yeah, facts. Now in fucking LA. Love you, bro.
Right.
Fucking proud of you. Super great to see you. It's beautiful to see how we've all turned out.
Oh yeah. No, you're thriving as well.
Grinding, bro. Just love you, bro.
Love you too. You be safe.
Peace.
Peace.